Thank you so much for honoring me with the chance to be able to speak to you today. I want to first of all just share with you that my husband and I took an opportunity to shed our Western wear and wear your beautiful, beautiful Indian garments. So I hope that you like them. First of all, I'm going to actually kind of go off script for a moment because something that Mr. Shah said during his time up here touched me in a special way, so that I want to share a story with you. And I'm really hoping that it touches somebody else in a special way. When I turned 50, I decided that I was going to start my third career. Now, that's a really difficult thing, I think probably more so for women than men, but in deciding to do so, in opening up my own State Farm agency, I had to go through a lot of new training, and I had been away from school for a while, and it was a very intense training to get several different insurance licenses, my security licenses as well, my notary, and then later my RICP, which is a, retirement income certified professional. So at the age of 50, I decided to take on this new challenge, and I was in a class with 22 other students who was also going through the exact same challenges of passing these extremely difficult exams. So I made sure that I did what Mr. Shah said was to study, study, study. I still had my good study habits from when I was younger, and I was able to pass all of my exams on the first try, which basically put me as the #1 student in the whole class, and I was by far the oldest one there. So the point I want to make is that if you find yourself in a career that you work so hard to get to, and you find yourself bored or tired or not interested anymore, you are never too old to make a change and still be successful in that new endeavor. All right, so that's enough of that. All right, so I'm here to speak to you about why do we need insurance. Now, there's a number of different reasons that you may be familiar with some, but not with others. So I'll start with saying, first of all, a lot of times it's industry required, whether it is a bank requiring it for a mortgage that you have on your home, or if you have to have, say, health insurance, that's mandatory in the state of California. But that is one huge reason. If you drive a car in the United States, it's mandatory to have insurance. So that's the #1 reason. A second reason is that having insurance on your home, on your car, on your business gives you peace of mind, because if something unexpected was to happen, you'll find yourself protected that way. A third reason is that it's there to protect the assets that you work so hard to form during your lifetime. So an example of this would be you purchased a home, and knowing information about California, our homes are extremely expensive, to the point where if I was to buy the home I have now, during these times, I couldn't even afford my own home. But I make sure I protect it with homeowners insurance, so that if we were to have flooding, if we were to have earthquake, if we had anything like a fire run through my house and completely just destroy it, that my insurance through State Farm, of course, would cover it. So that's an example of protecting your assets. We also use it to build wealth. So this kind of goes toward what Mr. Shah was sharing with us earlier. And this part, a lot of people don't understand and don't get, but this is the point that I always make sure that I share with my clients, that I help them to understand that there's lots of tools, there's lots of products that I offer that can actually help you to build your wealth. And one of the key ones is life insurance. So during my stay here over the last few weeks, I was so excited to see a vehicle drive by that promoted buying life insurance. I'm not familiar with life insurance in your country, but I was so happy to see that that is an option for you, because it can help you build generational wealth. So not only help you build wealth, but if the breadwinner of the household was to pass away unexpectedly and you have life insurance, then your spouse would be able to continue the same lifestyle that you have been living without losing that or becoming destitute. So life insurance is a great form of building wealth. So here's my approach to how I help my clients and anyone else who want to be a potential client. I individualize the service that I provide to you. I schedule an appointment to meet with you personally, and if we're not able to meet in person, we could do a Zoom call over the phone, whatever works best for you. But I want to hear your story. I want to get to know you better, to understand what phase in life that you are right now, whether you are single, just starting your career, whether you just recently got married and don't have children yet, or if you're starting your family and now have more people that you're responsible for, or if you're at the retirement age, everybody's out of your household, you are now living through all these different phases of your life. And during those phase changes, you need to re-examine what your insurance needs are, and I'm there for you to do so. So I love having that approach. It makes me feel comfortable with knowing, do your existing coverages protect your assets? And because I come from a finance background, that's always my focus, is making sure I protect your assets. So I'll give you another example of protection that a homeowner's policy, condo, or renter's policy provide for you, that is a hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about or understand, but it's in all of your policies, but if you don't have the right amount, it's not going to help you. So in all of these, what we call fire policy, being on a golf course and on the point where you're, I'm sorry, I'm not that well versed on golf, you're hitting off the first tee. You strike the ball, but you somehow was distracted and you did not strike it properly, and the ball goes off crazy and pops someone in the head. Now that person is injured and they're mad and upset, and they decide to sue you. So with that lawsuit, they could come after you and they can take away some of your assets that you work hard to earn for you and your family. But if you have a lot of liability coverage on your home, and I always say, let me go through your wealth understanding so that I can say whether or not you need, say, $1 million, you may need $4 million, I don't know, each individual is different, but if you have, say, $1 million of liability coverage and somebody decides to sue you, first of all, they don't know. Nobody will ever know how much liability coverage you have, so they'll never be able to say, hey, I'm suing you for $1 million. But they are going to sue you for whatever damages you made happen to them. So if you have this liability coverage, State Farm will come over and provide you with the attorney to settle the lawsuit. And if you have enough liability coverage, you won't have to come out of your pocket 1 single cent. State Farm will pay that for you. So that's an important one to remember. Go home, look at your policies, see how much liability coverage you have, and I'd be happy to speak to anybody about that. It's my passion. So I like to also make sure that when I speak to my clients about their insurance needs, that I also touch base on investments as well, because that part of it is also a passion of mine, in making sure that you understand the importance of preparing for your retirement, saving money for future education if that's what you want, and I can also assist you with that. I want to share with you that I am happy to assist